Welcome to this guided experience of heart energy coherence. I would ask that you be safe and listen to this recording at a time when you can pay attention and not be driving or working or doing anything else that requires your attention. That way you can get the most out of it, and as I said, be safe. Heart energy is critical. The energy of the heart plays a role that we only guessed at up until about the last century. And the role of the heart is far greater than we ever imagined. It does far more than pump blood. It does far more than we've ever known. In fact, it has its very own intelligence. And you use that intelligence every day. When you learn to use it deliberately, you can really benefit even more from it. We've all been taught that using the logical intellect is so much more important than the emotions. We're taught not to let emotions get in the way, but reducing the concept to such a simple choice is simple-minded, and research tells us we need our feelings to make even the simplest decisions. The heart has a number of healthy benefits that it offers us. The neurons in the heart are the first responders. The neurons in the heart are like a brain in the heart, and the brain in the heart responds before the brain in the head does. In fact, the brain in the heart sends its information to the brain in the head and advises it how to respond. The energy of the heart, when it's coherent, promotes healthy chemical balance in the body. It reduces cortisol and stress and increases growth hormone. You can experience this right now and very quickly by paying attention to your heart. I would urge you, if you can safely do so, put your hand right over your chest, over your heart, and breathe easily. Now, as you breathe, imagine that when you breathe in, you're breathing into your chest, straight into your heart. And then when you breathe out, the breath comes out of the chest and out of the heart. Take a few more breaths and breathe in and out, in and out, at a comfortable pace. And as you breathe in and out, imagine the air goes into your heart and out of your heart. Imagine you're breathing in your heart and out of your heart. Do that a few times until you feel comfortable with it, breathing in to your heart and out of your heart. And as you get used to that, you may find that you automatically take on more calm. And I would say you get into a higher state of mind as well. Heart breathing creates fairly quick coherence between the heart and the brain. Fairly quick coherence between the heart energy and the energy of the brain and the head. And this coherence is, as I said, healthy. It creates a healthy state in the body. It should feel pretty comfortable. And I find it's almost like having done a full meditation in a few minutes to create this coherence, breathing in and out of my heart. Spending a lot of time doing this is extremely powerful, but spending a little time doing this is very, very helpful. So stay in this state as you breathe comfortably. And enjoy a state of calm. If you get distracted, just put your hand over your heart to bring your attention back to the heart center. When it comes to the human energy field, the magnetic field of the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart, is many times as powerful as that of the brain. The field is sensed at least 3 feet around the body, and some more recent measurements with more sensitive instruments suggest that the magnetic field of the heart is felt far wider around the human body than 3 feet. So, when humans interact, we become aware of another person through their heart field first. And it looks like maybe from quite a distance away. Think of that when you're standing in line at the bank or the grocery store. You can use this state, this peaceful state that you're in, to change your own thoughts and attitude in helpful ways, as well as being calm. And we can change our attitude right now. So continue to breathe through the heart. If you got distracted by what I said, just put your hand back on your heart and bring your attention to your heart. Imagine you're breathing through your heart. And notice what kind of attitude you have. Maybe you have an attitude of curiosity or tiredness, skepticism. Doesn't matter what it is, just notice it. Breathe in and out of your heart. And choose an attitude that you would prefer to have. Perhaps an attitude of confidence or acceptance. Maybe an attitude you don't always have. An attitude of joy. Just think about what that attitude would be like as you continue to breathe in and out of your heart. Just imagine the air that goes in and out of your heart center is filling you up with that attitude that you want to have. Enjoy that feeling as it comes into your body. And continue to breathe gently and easily. Imagine it, the breath goes in and out of your heart, and breathe in that attitude that you prefer. And just notice the change in your feelings. In this quickly and radically changing time, getting familiar with heart energy and getting able to create coherence is incredibly important for a whole lot of reasons. We've moved into this quote unquote age of Aquarius, and it's supposed to be the age of the collective. And even if you don't believe that, or you think that's very dramatic, it's easy to see that we need to serve the collective. We do need to serve our collective humanity to cure what ails us. And we can interact through the heart field. The awareness of the heart field is critical to human perception. Knowing how you feel is so much more important than you've ever been taught. It gives useful information, more useful information than just knowing what you think. It helps you read others around you, and it works really very well together with the brain in the head. When you use that intellectual knowing and that heart knowing together, you get a really much better breadth of understanding of situations and people around you than you ever would with one or the other. Emotions and feelings are important to making functional decisions and responses and choosing and knowing what you want. I don't know what could be more important than knowing what you want in life. Yet I have clients who cannot say what they want. Instead, when they're asked, they'll say something else, like they will say what they think they can have, or what they think they want, or what somebody told them to want. Bring the heart into the equation and know what you want. You're the person who's going to live it. You're the person who can enjoy it. So presumably, some part of your heart knows what you want, and the information is hiding inside, though some of us avoid seeing it. We've been taught that heroes push past the feelings, and positive people ignore certain feelings. Well, such strategies work badly, if they work at all. We think if we never say a bad, discouraging word, we will never be discouraged. And oops, it's too late. By the time you've said the discouraging word, you've been thinking that discouraging thought for a while. So why not just get into heart coherence and be in a state of peace? And just let that discouraging word and thought just go. You don't have to hang on to it forever or be worried about it, either one. Heart and mind coherence is usually the first step for quick inner peace and creating a life you love. My work helps people recognize their sacred humanity, their ability to create and be successful in satisfying and constructive ways. I always recommend heart coherence as a first step. It's a great way to start recognizing your inner genius, to think from a higher plane, as it were, to be in a better state. And that coherence is really important to our ability to create. So if you want to create something new, or create something of your own, or create a life you love, create life experiences, you're going to do it with coherent heart and brain energy. Coherence is consistent. Quiet is lovely. Coherence creates. So bring your attention back to your heart. Just imagine you're breathing in and out of your heart. Creating is what we humans were designed for. The power to create keeps us from victimhood. It gives us access to healthy power. We can live more and more as we choose, as we create that. Most of us have been encouraged to think of what's wrong rather than creating what we love. Well, let's create what we love. So keep your attention on your heart. And remember that heart and brain coherence also creates a really good environment for intuition to be heard and felt. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask of your inner knowing, your intuition, think of it now. Think of a situation that you'd like to know more about. Just think of it. Just be aware of it. Don't make decisions or get involved or tell the story or make judgments. Just think of a situation you want to know about. Keep your hand on your heart and keep that feeling of heart and brain coherence, that feeling that you're breathing in and out of your heart. Ask yourself now, what would be for my highest and best good to know about this situation? And see what comes to you immediately. What would be for my highest and best to know about this situation? What was the answer? If you didn't get an answer, make up what the answer would be if you knew it. If there was an answer, what would it be? What would my higher mind say I should know about that? Should I let it go? Should I offer help? Should I know that it's going to work out? What information, if I did get information, what would I get? So know, K-N-O-W, know, that this state that you're in right now could be critical to pulling us out of the chaos and polarity we face presently as human beings so much of the time. Peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. Nothing wrong with peace and harmony. Let's create that.